Enjoy reading the story on Manga Funny channel.
Previously on the story, while Leo and I were discussing future concerns, Adam was playing in the garden with Iris and Sierra. Suddenly, his father arrived, seemingly intending to take him back home. Let's continue with this episode. Flashback to earlier that morning at the Grand Cour estate. The Grand Cour family was a powerful aristocratic household in the city, their lifestyle no less luxurious than the Medinas. As usual, Catherine Grand Cour and her son were having breakfast and reading the paper. Catherine's attention was drawn to an article about Sophia and Adam, who had caught jewel thieves the previous day. Her disbelief turned into a furious exclamation. Could this article really be about Sophia? Or is it a mistake? But Adam, there's no mistaking that name. My grandson? Impossible. Tristan, unbothered, calmly sipped his tea. Meanwhile, Catherine's face turned red with rage, her expression twisted as if she had eaten something unbearably spicy. Unable to contain herself, she hurled her coffee cup against the wall, shattering it into countless fragments and spilling coffee across the room. Her mind spiraled, eyes wide and frenzied, muttering, "How infuriating." Tristan finally spoke, voicing his doubt that Sophia could have achieved such a feat. She's never done anything noteworthy before, let alone helped someone else. She doesn't even lift a finger for her own family. With her stubbornness? Not a chance. Catherine, still fuming, speculated whether Sophia had managed this on her own or had help. Then, a realization struck her: Adam. Of course, it was Adam's power that must have assisted Sophia. Adam, the son of Tristan and a direct heir to the Grand Cour legacy, inherited the power of the Grand Cour family. Surely Sophia was exploiting this ability. Adam's talent, reading minds to catch criminals, was a gift unique to the Grand Cour bloodline. Redeeming the reputation of the thorn of the social world? What a roundabout way of doing things, Catherine sneered. If it were me, I'd directly save the commoners and turn them into my allies. After deliberating, the two decided that under no circumstances should Sophia benefit from Adam's power. Adam must be brought back to the family immediately. Tristan resolved to go to Sophia's estate personally. If that's the case, I'll fetch him myself, he declared. The mother and son agreed to use Adam as a tool for their ambitions. Back at Sophia's residence, Adam was peacefully drawing in the garden with Iris and Sierra when Tristan arrived, accompanied by his attendant. Strangely, he knew exactly where Adam was. As Tristan approached, Iris and Sierra positioned themselves protectively in front of Adam, wary of the stranger. Tristan spoke with a commanding tone. Now, Adam, you've had plenty of time to relax, haven't you? It's time to wrap this up and go home. Adam's face paled. The mere thought of returning to the Grand Cour household felt like descending into a living nightmare. When Adam didn't respond, Tristan pressed, "Why aren't you answering? Are you too happy to speak?" Well, no matter. As Adam stood frozen, Tristan stomped on his crayons, sneering, "You've dirted my shoes." Adam, overwhelmed by fear, was on the verge of agreeing to leave when Iris intervened. Although a servant, she couldn't stand by and watch Adam be taken away. Shielding Adam behind her, Iris declared, "I've heard that Master Adam will be staying with the Medina family from now on." There was no mention of him returning. Tristan's attendant, enraged, pushed Iris to the ground, snapping, "How dare a mere servant speak back to the Duke?" As Iris fell, Adam and Sierra gasped in horror. Tristan, unperturbed, said coldly, "Iris, that's enough. Adam is the heir of the Grand Cour family," he added. "There's nothing wrong with him returning to his rightful place." Despite his arguments, Iris and Sierra stood their ground, determined to protect Adam in Sophia's absence. Sierra cradled Adam, comforting him as she said, "We are servants of the Medina family. Since the young lady has not informed us, we cannot let you take him." Tristan realized that force wouldn't work in Sophia's domain. Adopting a more insidious approach, he spoke softly. Adam is such a good and obedient boy, isn't he? You know what will happen to those around you if you don't listen, don't you? His words dredged up memories of Adam's painful childhood, filled with punishment and fear. Adam's thoughts spiraled. If I don't go back, will Mother and everyone else be in danger? Iris shouted. Please leave at once, Sierra gently reassured Adam. Don't worry. You are free to decide where you want to stay. You have the freedom to choose. This brought to Adam's mind the image of his brave mother. Summoning his courage, he stepped forward despite Iris and Sierra's protests. Tristan smirked, believing Adam had finally relented. That's right. You're such a good boy, Adam, he said, but Adam shouted defiantly, I won't go. Go away. Stunned by his son's newfound strength, Tristan asked, Since when did you start speaking like that? At that moment, I arrived, having been alerted by the gardener. Hearing Adam's bold declaration, I couldn't help but feel proud of him. Adam has the right to choose, and his choice is my choice. Seeing me, Tristan realized the situation had become far more complicated. His plan was falling apart. I smiled mockingly. Welcome, Lord Grand Cour. Allow me to handle this from here. Taking Adam from here won't be as easy as you think. Stay tuned for the next part. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Goodbye. In the previous episode, while Adam was sketching in the garden, his father arrived and demanded that Adam leave with him. Adam firmly refused, and just in time, Sophia arrived to stop him from being taken away. Let's continue with this episode. At this moment, Tristan and I agreed to move to another part of the garden to speak privately. Tristan said, It's been a while, hasn't it? You seem to be doing well. He hadn't expected his ex-wife to thrive as much as I had, unlike the days when I lived in his house. Annoyed by his ridiculous remarks, I was tired of listening to him. I'm not here for small talk. Get to the point. The topic today was Adam. Tristan had come to take Adam back home. Even though Adam didn't want to go with him, Adam said he didn't want to leave, and I had no intention of letting him go. He will be raised in the Medina household, so you don't need to concern yourself anymore, I stated firmly. Tristan said, I thought time might soften your stance. But here you are, after all this time. Why now? At least now, Adam can speak for himself. That alone made it worth freeing him from that cage. Adam had endured dark days in Tristan's house, and I refused to let him return to such a place. Tristan couldn't argue against me. He scratched his head, searching for another way to persuade me, but I wasn't going to change my mind. So, you're the one who's corrupted Adam. Then, he accused, implying he would resort to other means if conversation failed. What an ugly way to put it. I replied, unwavering. I wouldn't allow Adam to live in such an environment again. My home was the perfect place for him to grow, Tristan retorted. He's still young. It's only natural if he starts reflecting some of his mother's selfishness. How ridiculous. The environment here is much better than at your house, and Adam is happy living here, I said. Tristan snapped back. He's turned into a child who dares to talk back to his father. How disgraceful. I won't leave him in a place like this. At this moment, Adam, along with two servants, curiously approached to watch our conversation. Suddenly, Tristan turned toward Adam, frightening him. Tristan quickly said, It's for your own good. Let's go home, Adam, with your father. Adam shook his head and ran to hide behind me, clinging to me fearfully. Tristan said, That's right. You finally understand now, don't you? Adam declared he wasn't going with him. He's only 3 years old. He can't possibly make such a decision on his own, Tristan protested. Whether it's right or wrong isn't the issue here. Adam made his choice, and we adults shouldn't interfere with his decision. I countered. Tristan retorted, is it really just selfishness to respect that? No matter the outcome, isn't it a parent's duty to stay by their child's side and watch over them? Frustrated by his inability to persuade me and Adam, Tristan shouted, what if something happens? Can you take responsibility? Adam clung tightly to me, clearly scared of his father because of past traumas. I'm prepared for that, I replied. Tristan ground his teeth in anger, his eyes turning red. By the way, the divorce papers already settled the matter of custody. I reminded him. Even the two servants were shocked by what I had said. And don't forget the incident with the maid you injured. If you don't want to be sued, I suggest you leave. Having no argument left, Tristan turned away, barking at the two attendants. What are you doing? Follow me. The three of them stormed out in anger, failing to take Adam from my home. Tristan thought to himself, seems this will take more time. We'll discuss this another day. Meanwhile, my father was informed by Leo. Outraged, he said, to think that Brat waited for my absence to make his move. How audacious. Shall I assign 10 guards to protect them? No, 20 guards for Adam's safety. I didn't want Adam to lose his sense of freedom in his own home, so I refused. Please don't, Leo volunteered. While you're at the estate, I'll stay close to both of them. My father replied, I feel bad making you worry, but that would put my mind at ease. To think they'd have the nerve to come to the Medina household. Who knows what they'll try next? We must remain vigilant. At this moment, Adam and I were resting after the confrontation with Tristan. Meanwhile, my mother thanked the two servants for helping Adam stand up to Tristan. As for Leo, he seemed tense, as did my father. Adam asked, is there anything I can do? Let's see. It would make me happy if you could do something to cheer everyone up. I suggested. Adam didn't quite understand what that meant. I hinted, how about thanking Iris and Sierra? Maybe write them a letter, Adam asked. You think they'd be happy to get a letter from me? He imagined their reaction. Oh my, are you going to write me a letter? Of course. I'd be thrilled. Your grandfather might even dance with joy, I added playfully. I wonder if Mother would be surprised if I wrote her a letter in secret? Adam mused. Leo, watching this scene, seemed confused. Did he miss something? Stay tuned for the next part. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Goodbye.